Hello and welcome back to my channel. How was your International Scrapbooking Day? I hope you all had an awesome day or weekend. I hope you were able to get a little bit of crafting in, and that you didn't get too overwhelmed by everything that was going on. So I had a pretty quiet weekend. I was nursing a little bit of a flu bug. So I decided to sort of like give into it, and that was the perfect excuse to get a little bit of crafting done and spend a little bit of time seeing what was going on. But I was a little bit careful because it's so easy to get overwhelmed by everything that's going on. And some of my awesome friends were making sure that some of these challenges were open for the entire month, like Spread the Sparkle, Spiegel Mom Scraps Facebook group. And then, of course, our own, the Mercy Tiara 27-Day Challenge. We have our spring inspiration series going on for the entire month of May, so there was no requirement to just rush and get everything done on the weekend. So I was able to concentrate on, of course, spending some time in the group and having a couple of little lovely chats. And then I spent the majority of my time in the Redefine Creative Secret Not Secret Kit Club public page, and some time over on Scrapbook and Cards Today and Scrapbook Nerd. So I got 5 projects done. A couple of them I finished during the week, not all over on the weekend. This one I got done on Friday evening. It was a lovely just sort of warm up to the weekend, and I went back into the Redefine Creative Palooza group. That was a day-long activity that we had in February, which came with, oh my gosh, I think it was like 8 or 9 hours of live video, full kit. It was just an awesome day, but I'm still working on the layouts. And since round number 2 is coming up in June, by the way, I'll put the link to Redefine Creative and the Secret Not Secret Kit Club down below, is coming up, I figured I needed to get some more of those layouts done. So this was a nice, quick, and easy one to get done. So I did this on Friday evening. You see here I did quite a bit of fussy cutting. Just sitting there watching a few videos, and I got to fussy cut these butterflies and dragonflies. Then I just doodled their little tails here, and I added a bunch of sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. So this was a nice, easy, very close to one of my go-to designs. It is one of Christina's go-to designs. So we got that one done, and I love it. And into my book it goes. Then the next layout I got done, and these are a little bit, I wouldn't necessarily call them, well, yeah, I guess it is really a double page spread. Certainly complimentary. I used the same series of supplies. So these two layouts are using my beloved Cocoa Vanilla kit, and I think that was maybe my January or December Secret Not Secret Kit Club. It was one of the kits that I had requested based on the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight collection. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so this first page was for a challenge in the Redefine Creative Public group, and it was to use some of our favorite things. So there you go. So I used the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight collection. I used some of my Shimmers Mists here on the background. Some lovely sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. These Happy Life alpha stickers, which are definitely some of my favorites. And now stitching is becoming one of my favorites. Now, I'm very, very proud of this ampersand because I took a page out of Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life page. I took a page out of her book to do this, in that I went on to Google. I Googled outline ampersand, saved the picture, then played with the sizing, printed it out, and then put it on my page and used it to pierce all my little holes here so that I could stitch around. And I used some embroidery floss. I stitched around here. So basically I used some white cardstock, backed it on navy. Then I used some shimmers. Well, actually, I think the peach color here is Heidi Shine. It's Heidi Swap Color Shine in peach. And then I used Deep Sea Blue, or Mama Sings the Blues, from Shimmers on the background here. So I started off by just doing the splatters of the blue, but I didn't really like how that looked. So I used the packaging technique in both areas. Then I wanted to do sort of a little bit of connecting here, the two. So I used the sequins and I put my title here and this cute little bird to just connect the two areas of the layout. So it's sort of a very loose diagonal, I guess. Then all of these layers are from the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight Collection. So quite a bit of layering. And then I popped this entire block up on some fun foam. I used die cuts from the same collection, and some of these are popped up and some of these are flat. So you see here, this is lying flat on the picture, but then on the photo, but then I popped up the top part here. So this gives quite a bit of dimension in the end to the layout, and I love it. And then I just tucked in a few little tabs here that come from the same collection. And this, I really down here didn't have to do much. I just laid down this same to just give a little bit of a repeat, I guess, where I had done a banner here. These are two very thin strips that I just tucked under to give the illusion of it going across, and therefore I had a lovely piece in the middle that I could do a little fishtail banner here. And I just popped this little flower up just to give it a little bit of decoration, but I really wanted the ampersand to stand out on its own. So then the second page to this started out as the Secret Not Secret Kit Club sketch, one of the Thursday sketches, but it sort of deviated a little bit. So I entered it into another challenge. Not quite sure that I remember which one it was. But it was another Redefine Creative challenge. Again, so that I could do a little bit of the same and the repeating from the previous page. I did the same kind of mixed media on the background, used paper from the Midnight Collection. Then I went in and used, again, some of the same die cuts. And here I used some of the chipboard. And you know what I love about the Cocoa Vanilla chipboard is it comes already cut out. So it's not on a big sheet. So they're just ready to use. Just peel off the background and away you go. Tucked in a little bit of the leafy bits here as well, and a tab. Used another one of those tabs. These gorgeous little resin flowers, and these little die cuts. This is a set of die cuts that I added, I think, which is from Pink Fresh Studios, which I added to this Cocoa Vanilla kit. Tucked in a few labels, tabs here, just to do a little bit of a cluster here, a little bit of a cluster here, and therefore this one here I've got my triangle, and I made the title block into another lid of a loose loose cluster here. Got some layering here, although these layers are a lot larger, not quite as much dimension. These are flat on the page, but I still love the way this flows. April showers and May flowers. I thought I was quite clever with that title. So I think these two, well, this one actually I think might be my favorite from the entire weekend. So I did these both on Saturday, and then I was absolutely exhausted and had to take a little bit of a rest. And Saturday evening, I just spent some time watching videos and looking at some of the other awesome creations that all my friends got up, and a lot of the stuff posted in the Mercy Tiara 27-day challenge group. So then on Sunday, we got back into it, and this one I prepared for a challenge over on scrapbooknerd.com, a Canadian online store that I've recently discovered. I had known about it through Giselle. She had been on the design team, and then just recently Dorothy, also from the Mercy Tiara 27-day group, and she is Scrapbooking Quebec here on YouTube, has joined their design team. So they had a challenge which was embellishment focused, and I thought it worked perfectly with one of our spring 2019 inspiration challenges. So I thought I'd give you all a little bit of extra inspiration if you're working on the challenges. And I chose this row here because it is really embelly focused. It's focused on embellishments. I'm not sure I really realized it when I developed the board, but tags, tabs, or labels, pattern that reads as a solid, which this is maybe not embellishment focused, butterflies, dragonflies, or bees, altered raw chipboard, and I know that might be a little bit challenging for a few of you, so I thought I would get that one on a page, and some washi tape, which we never use enough. So here you go. So my background here is, of course, the pattern that reads as a solid. Then some tags, tabs or labels. So I've got two little tags here that I put in here. A little bit of a banner. I guess that's not really part of it, but basically these two little tags, some butterflies, a butterfly here, a butterfly there, and then this lovely piece, which is my altered raw chipboard. And then you can see here just a little bit of a foundation for these two little clusters. I used two different washi tapes. And here's a little bit of a PSA for you, because washi tape, I've discovered, has a shelf life, or at least some of them do. This particular washi tape, I managed to get this strip off of it, and then it just got stuck to the roll, and it seems to have just dried on there, and I could not get anything more. I was using my nail to move it, and so this one, which I really only used half a roll, seems to be done and dusted. So I went in and got another little one, but at least it's the same color. So this page is on Saturday, while I was crafting and feeling a little bit fluey and sorry for myself. The sun actually came out. It turned into a beautiful day. So I did go for a walk in the middle of the day to try and clear my head, get a little bit of fresh air, and help clear my sinuses. So I went for a little bit of a walk, maybe just about 45 minutes or half an hour or an hour in the middle of the day. And there we go, the telltale sign that spring is finally actually arriving, the coltsfoot, which is pretty much the very, very first flower that comes out in the wild in my area. And just very close by here, there was a rather large patch, so I trespassed a little bit onto these people's property, and I went to take a few photos. I hope they didn't mind. Nobody yelled at me, no dogs started barking, so there you go. But it was all for scrapbooking, so the things we will do. So there you go. So I got that picture done. And so my journaling is exactly that. I went for a quick walk on INSD to clear my head and was so happy to come across Coltsfoot in bloom. It is always first and a sign that finally spring has sprung. So there you go. Now this altered chipboard, what I did here is I basically took some markers. I used Stampin' Up! Markers for the most part on here. This I think is espresso, and I colored all the branches in this lovely dark brown. It needed 2 or 3 layers to cover it up. Then I took the little birdies, and this one here I used 2 or 3 different colors because I was going for this sort of coral color here, so I did Calypso Coral. It really did not come out at all in a corally color, so I just picked haphazardly, I think 3 or 4 different markers, and eventually came up with a color that I'm quite happy with. The same thing on this one, and then I used some little Crystal Nouveau drops in black for the little birdie's eyes, and I am really pleased with how this turned out. So there you go. So go and look into your stash. This, I have no idea how long I've had this. Probably, maybe on to 10 years in my stash, I think. Then this is also quite an old piece of wood veneer, and I just put here, Hello First Blooms 2019. Again, to get into my diagonal, a lovely little floral here with 2 enamel dots, some color shine, Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. And so as you can see, I am true to also the embellishment focused layout. I think even my title here, well, I guess this is the title, but this lovely is lovely, isn't it? So it just had to get on there a little bit as well. So there you go. So that, and if you are looking for some inspiration in our challenges over in the Mercy Tiara 27-day group, there you go. That's one done, and I will be posting this in the group today as well. And then last but not least, this I actually did on Thursday of this week, and I went back into the Redefine Creative Layout Palooza, and this was another, and this was fun. There was a whole series and about a 2-hour tutorial, and I think it was maybe 3 or even 4 examples that Christina did for us, which were interactive elements on pages. So I love this. This one will be going into my Time for a Change album, and it will be in my album and a little bit more of a personal story about my famous 2005 to 2006, my 1-year sabbatical and backpacking trip throughout Europe. So I've added a few extra interactive elements from those that Christina showed. So here, and it's the kit that she sent us, you know, if you look at things, they always just work out perfectly for a photo that you have somewhere. So if you want to be happy, be. And that will go along a lot with the story of that trip. So here you have a photo of me with my big pack. I carted this stuff around on my back and on my chest for a year, people. So I'm telling you, another one of me being quite happy. So this here, and then I added a little bag here, and I'll be doing some hidden journaling here about the why I felt I needed to do that 1-year trip, why I needed to get away, explore the world a little bit, prepare for turning 50. and process quite a few changes in my life that had happened in my early to mid 40s. So that will go in this little bag here. Then this little interactive piece will just house some facts about how many kilometers I might have walked. No, that's not true. That's probably going to go over here. This will be all of the countries that I visited. There were 21 in all. My 1 year was spent entirely in Europe. And then here are my walking boots that got pretty on near 7,000 kilometers during that year. And so there will be some fun facts on the back here. So how many kilometers I walked, how many buses and trains and planes I might have taken, how many cities I visited, a few little cultural facts. So, and how these boots really served me well. So this is fun. I love this page, and I thought this, which was part of the kit as well, worked perfectly with a travel page, tickets. There were lots of tickets throughout that year. This coupon, which was also quite symbolic. So all in all, I love this page. Now, Christina will be running the Layout Palooza second edition on June 8th. I don't know if there is any room left, but if this is a kind of thing that you might enjoy, pop on over to the public page because it is awesome. It's like a little over $100. I think it's maybe $107 this time with some at plus shipping, which is so reasonable always, even here to Canada. There is a massive kit, a full day of tutorials and scrapping and page examples with each and every bit that Christina sends with the kit, with leftovers. We use every little bit. It's just an awesome day. And it keeps on going. You see, I'm here 3 months later, and I'm still playing around and going back and visiting those videos. So there you go. That is what I got done for International Scrapbooking Day week in my case so far, and I'm going to keep it going all month. So I'll see you again soon with some more layouts. In fact, I will be back on Thursday with a fun surprise layout share, and then I will be back next Sunday with my How to Kill a Kit with Style Mid-Month Check-In. So come visit us in the Mercy Tara 27-Day Challenge group, and happy scrapping. See you soon. Bye.